It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. We've been back to Lidl. Well, I say we've been back to Lidl. I shop there on a weekly basis, so I'm there all the time, at least once a week. We've been to Lidl. I was walking around Lidl and I come across this wonderful bottle of beer. Now, Lidl have this way of sometimes kind of maybe copying a little bit other breweries, definitely other breweries' styles of beer. And they have this kind of range of beer called Abbaye De Vauclair. Now, for me, up until now, Abbaye De Vauclair have kind of almost mimicked Leffe. This is Lidl's, or Abbaye De Vauclair is the Lidl kind of version of Leffe. But this seems a bit different. I picked this up and I thought, oh, this is different. It's called Abbaye De Vauclair De Printemps. It's a 6.8% ABV. Cork and caged 750 milliliter bottle of beer. It's in a nice dark brown bottle here. And I thought, that looks rather nice. Now in my Lidl, this cost me £2.75 a bottle. Between £2.50, £2.75. And I thought, for a 6.8% ABV beer, this looks rather good. And for me, this has the feeling of spring about it. There's some flowers on the label. It's got a feeling of summer and spring. And of course, we're heading into that kind of general direction now, aren't we? So I'm quite excited to get this out. Let's put it down and get it out into a glass and see what we get. Here we go. Lovely, lovely smoke on the bottle opening. There's a look at the cork if you're interested. Bière de tradition. Now I've reviewed a couple of the rubies, the red beer from Abbaye De Vauclair recently, and somebody left me a really lovely comment. I haven't had a chance to kind of back up this comment, but I'm going to mention it anyway. So, Abbaye De Vauclair is just a name. Apparently, the actual abbey is a ruin. Apparently, it's just like literally on the floor, a ruin. It's like knee-high to a grasshopper type of thing. And they've just borrowed that name from a abbey that doesn't exist anymore. So it's not really, when you think of abbey beer, you have a vision, don't you, of a bald-headed monk with a brown robe on, with a wooden spatula in his hand, stirring the brew type of thing. That's the vision, isn't it, of Belgian abbey beer. And that's the vision I think Lidl want you to kind of believe with this beer. But in actual fact, according to one of my subscribers who's done the research, it's just a ruin in France, I believe, not even in Belgium. So beer in the glass, we've got lots of carbonation rolling up the middle of the glass. We've got a one finger white head, and it's looking more like a brown ale, really. An amber ale. Let's get the aroma. But it smells okay. It does have that kind of spring loveliness about it. It's very floral. Zesty and hoppy. with a little bit of sweetness in there and kind of biscuity malts coming through to... I quite like that. I quite like the aroma. It's a nice balance between malt and hops. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. It's okay. It's okay. If you are a... I think if you like sweeter, maltier beers, then I definitely think this is up your street. I definitely think this is for you. It is leaning towards the sweeter, maltier side of beers. But what I like about that, what I like about this particular beer is at the same time as it being sweet and malty, it's offering up that kind of flowery, floral, it's almost like spring in a glass. Somehow, and maybe I've been fooled by the marketing of this beer, but it feels like it's starting to warm up outside. There's flowers on the bottle of this beer. It offers kind of a vision of spring, and it kind of almost tastes like spring in a glass. As much as I don't want to be fooled by branding or marketing, this has had a real big effect on me and this beer. It is floral though. It is. I'm not making this up. I'm not kind of like bending my mind to their marketing. It is floral. It is flowery. It is a little herbal. And for 6.8% ABV, it's not bad, you know. It's not bad. It's definitely not Belgian blonde. It's definitely not Belgian triple. This is a very simple French stroke Belgian, what could you call it? Like an amber ale. Just a very kind of basic, but very well put together Belgian stroke French amber ale. It doesn't have real notes of Belgian estery yeast flavours. It doesn't offer up any kind of Belgian blonde notes. It's just a very simple Belgian stroke French amber ale. But that's okay. That's okay. It's £2.50 for a 6.8% ABV, 750 milliliter bottle, cork and cage beer. I mean, it's not bad. I think sometimes it's about tempering expectation. I went into this beer review thinking, okay, I've reviewed probably this is my third Abbaye De Vauclair beer this year. The Ruby, the red ale, wasn't very good, if I'm honest. The Abbaye De Vauclair, the blonde beer, again, it wasn't very good. To the point where I said, just buy Leffe. But this This is offering up a little bit of difference. This is offering up something quite different. This is more leaning towards a British style amber ale. And I think for that, for what you get in this bottle, for the ABV, it's a decent price. It really is a decent price. I'm going to rate it. It's a basic French, Belgian amber ale. It's slightly sweet, but it's got a nice floralness to it, and you get a lot of bang for your buck. You get a lot for your £2.50 stroke £2.75. You do. So for that reason, I'm gonna say I was tempted to give it an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 7. It's a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.